Loki, episode 2, out now on Disney Plus. Let's talk about it. So, Loki episode 2 has now officially dropped on Disney Plus. I just watched it. Now, I loved the first episode. I thought the first episode was the best out of all the Disney Plus shows that we're getting from Marvel. It was the best opener so far, and it really made me excited for this whole series. And there was just so much heart to it, so many good moments, some new rules, some new laws invented that could impact the MCU quite a lot. And we got to understand a bit more of Loki, really peel back his character and show us the raw Loki, who is Loki. Was brilliant. Now we move into episode 2. Things ramp right up. Now, I absolutely love this episode as well. This was... I think this is actually even better than the first episode. For many different reasons. There's just so much that I love about this. Let's start off with the feel of this episode. Especially the first half of this episode. I really enjoy the buddy cop element between Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston. I really enjoy their chemistry as they're working together to solve this case on who is this variant of Loki, what is their mission, where could they be hiding, why are they doing what they're doing, and I really liked that whole buddy cop element. It just felt refreshing. It felt like it was something unique and different to what we have seen. That was more of the style I was thinking the Falcon and Winter Soldier was going to be. But Loki seemed to adapt it in this episode quite well. And I was all for it. I was enjoying the joke, the banter in between each other. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought Mobius is such a cool character. And Owen Wilson does such a great job. He's just a really good he's just a good counter to Loki's character. And I like the way they play off each other. It's so refreshing. And then we get to Loki as well. You just don't know what Loki's going to do. And that's why he's the God of Mischief. And that's why I love it. Is because we get this beautiful, raw, emotional, peel the layer character in the first episode. Then we get the cunning, the mischievous Loki in this episode. And at the moment, he's so unpredictable. I don't know what he's going to do, what his plan is. And it makes it a lot more fun and enjoyable to watch, because I'm just always on the edge of my seat of what is Loki going to do? Is he going to run? Is he going to stay? What is his agenda? But what I really did like about this episode as well is Loki asked some questions that a lot of people have in the fandom right now. Loki does ask about the free will. Like, there is no free will in that. We get a little bit of an answer to it, but I think we're going to come back to that whole free will discussion. I think that's going to come right back around. I don't think that's the last of it we've heard. I think we're going to hear a lot more about the whole free will and everything like that. I think we're just scratching the surface of the TVA and the way that the sacred timeline works and the rules and laws that are going to be more expounded upon. But I really liked how they used Loki as an outlet for us for some of our questions we were asking. I also really liked the way that Loki was able to detect where this other variant of him is, and the way that he's able to find a loophole, and the way that he really interacts with when he finds out that Asgard was destroyed. You see the emotion when he finds out that Asgard was destroyed, and then it clicks in his head and we start to see Loki really work. And I really enjoyed that whole aspect of him going through the files, figuring it out. The whole demonstration he does is brilliant. And we get to learn a few new more rules about the whole TVA. So apparently now, if there is a apocalyptic event, no matter what you do at that point in time, is not going to impact and create a branch off, because everything's about to be destroyed anyway. So like when you watch this episode, Loki lets some goats out, tells them that they're all going to die and they're from the TVA and stuff like that, but nothing happens. There's no branch, and that gives to the way of where this variant of Loki is hiding. He's hiding at a what's it called? An apocalyptic event. He's hiding just before that happens, and that's where he's actually hiding out right now, so that they can never detect him, because there's no actual branch off. So by him being there, it's not going to affect at all. So these are new rules and new things we are learning about the TVA and the way the sacred timeline works, which I'm enjoying quite a lot. There is still a few things that I have issues with, like for the instance, the 2014 timeline still needs to be answered as well. Cap going back in time needs to be answered, but I think we're going to start to find out some more questions that are going to be answered as we move forward. We also got the reveal of this Loki. It is the female version of Loki, and she has some pretty cool powers and she's pretty badass. I'm not going to lie, she's pretty badass. We don't know too much about her, but now the way that this episode ended with Loki going with her through the time wall gate, whatever you want to call it, he goes through there with her. So I think we're going to get an interaction with them, and we're going to get a lot more information about why this particular Loki's doing what he wants to do, because we know what our Loki wants to do. He wants to get in front of the timekeepers. But then also in this whole episode, there is, you know, some things about Owen Wilson's character, Morbius. It's not Morbius, is it? Mobius. He is actually never met timekeepers. And I liked how in the interaction as well, when Loki's talking about free will, how he's actually talking to Mobius about, like, why do you believe in this? You actually believe all this and stuff like that. And they start throwing some real hard-hitting questions that kind of make us think as well. But back to my point, they've never seen the timekeepers. Some of them haven't. And apparently this... the one that was captured by the female Loki, she gave up the location and how to find the timekeepers. So are we going to get Loki who's going to get an audience in front? And the big question is, I know there's a lot of rumors and stuff that people are saying as well, is one of the timekeepers Kang? Is this where we're going to see Kang being introduced and something happens to where he gets released, and that's why we see him become a villain or something like that? I don't know. There's so many questions. I'm so excited to see where this is all going to go now. I'm so excited. I cannot wait for next Wednesday for the next episode. Where are we going to go? What is the female Loki going to tell us? What is her ultimate goal? Because we know what our Loki's ultimate goal is. He's all about power. He wants the power. He wants an audience in front of the timekeepers. But we don't know what the female Loki is and what happened. But also what I thought was also an interesting point as well is Morbius also tells us that they capture a lot of Lokis. So there must be something to do with Loki, and he's able to break the mold of not following the secret timeline and following the rules. He seems to be the only one that's able to just clip out of it and just go out and see you later, I'm going to do what I want. So, because apparently they've caught a lot of them, and there's different versions. I don't know how that works though. See, this is my issue as well. They haven't really explained it, and I think they need to explain this as well. They're talking about different versions of Loki as well, but if there's one sacred timeline, wouldn't they all be identical? Because it's just following the same timeline. So Loki should look like Loki all the time. But why is there a female version of Loki? Why are there other different types of Lokis or different shapes and sizes like they explain? I don't know. I want to know that, because if there's different shapes and sizes and all different types of them and stuff like that, then what? There has to be another reality then. Because if we have one sacred timeline, they should all look the same. I don't know. These are questions that they hopefully get answered. But overall, so far, I'm enjoying it. I'm having a ball. I'm so excited. I cannot wait until the next episode to see where the story is going to go. What are we going to find out about the female version Loki? What is going to be the interaction between them and her and Loki again? Because Loki's trying to manipulate her. Why she's trying to manipulate him? I mean, it's going to be gold. It's going to be awesome. What happens with Morbius and the TVA now that there's big timeline nexus events happening all over the place? What is going to happen? I am so excited. So let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think of episode 2? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash it down below. Smash that like button. Hit subscribe as well. See you guys next video. Peace out.